Clear prop.
Darlimore traffic, Golf November Oscar is downwind for landing on runway 19, Darlimore traffic.
So that's engine start at 15:44. There's one on final, there's one on downwind, there's one up ahead. Fucking like Heathrow here, I'm never going to get off. Charlie Mike Papa X-ray. Darlimore traffic, Golf Charlie Mike Papa X-ray entering and backtracking on 19 AstroTurf Darlimore. Afternoon campers, welcome back to the channel. Right, this is my very first flight with my brand new FlyLight Aeros NiNE wing. I have flown a 9 wing once before, and if I'm honest, I made a right pig's ear of the takeoff. So let's see if I can do any better with mine. Right, visor down. Darlimore traffic, Golf Charlie Mike Papa X-ray taking off 19 AstroTurf Darlimore. Right, let's go. Oh, not before the mud. Darlimore traffic, Golf Charlie Mike Papa X-ray is departing the circuit to the north. Darlimore. Right, turn that off now. Keep on having to look up to remember what the call sign is. I'm so used to saying Golf Charlie Lima Papa Alpha. I am now Golf Charlie Mike Papa X-ray. So the purpose of this flight then is to get familiar with this wing. This wing has flown before, it has been test flown. Those people from Aeros test flew the wing in Germany before shipping it over to the UK, so it has flown, but it's the first time I've flown it. So this really is just a case of just getting familiar with it. I have flown the 9 wing before. I test flew the FlyLight test wing last year, but Ben has told me that since then they have made a few changes to this wing, refined it and made it even better, if that was possible. So for example, this wing is now fitted with the vent system. Just so that you know, for this flight I have got the tips fitted and the vents fully closed. When I get a bit more familiar with it, I'll try flying it without the tips and with the vents closed, half open and all the rest of it, and I will report back to you to let you know what difference it makes. But this flight, as I say, is just a point of getting used to it. The main focus behind this flight is I want to get some sort of idea of what my fuel burn is going to be, and also what sort of cruise airspeed I can expect. Obviously those two bits of information are vital. You need those bits of information if you're going to do any sort of flight planning, and I plan to do a lot of flying with this wing this year. I want to go and visit loads of places, so in order to be able to calculate how much fuel I need to know airspeed and fuel burn. So what I'm doing in this flight is I'm taking off. The plan is to fly for an hour, there or thereabouts, and spend as much of the flight as possible in the cruise, so in a hands-off cruise configuration. And then at the end of that hour I'll know how much fuel I've burnt, and I can also look at my airspeed and figure out what sort of airspeed I've got. I haven't got an airspeed indicator fitted onto this aircraft. That's a topic for conversation, which has previously been mentioned. In fact, Giles Fowler did a video on that. Do you need an airspeed indicator? I'm of the school that you don't need one. The only thing I have got is my ground speed from GPS. Obviously your ground speed depends on whether you're flying into wind or out of wind. So for this flight what I've got is I've got a triangular route or a circular route. I'll put a picture on the screen, which I'm going to fly around, so hopefully the wind the wind itself will cancel itself out, and I can sort of gauge roughly what my airspeed is going to be. If you stick around to the end of the video, what I will do is I will crunch the numbers and I will let you know how much fuel I've burnt and what my airspeed is. It'll be interesting to compare my figures with Giles's figures. He did exactly the same thing on his last video. And he flew for an hour and he got a cruise speed of, I think he said, around 55 miles an hour, and his fuel burn was 6 litres per hour. He's obviously flying a different engine. He's got the Polini 303 engine, whereas I've got the Corsair Black Bull. So it will be interesting to compare figures. As I say, you stick around to the end of the video, I'll crunch the numbers and I'll let you know what I got. Right, so at the moment I'm in a sort of cruise climb at just over 7,000 RPM. I'm climbing at 2 meters per second, is that? As I say, the max RPM for this engine is 8,000 RPM, but I don't want to cane it, so but it's nice to know I've got a bit in reserve. I can still climb at a reasonable rate, at a cruise climb, at 7,100 RPM, so I've still got a bit in reserve should I need it. So that's me at 2,500 feet. I'm going to stick at 2,500 feet, and I'm reckoning, if I remember rightly from my test flight, hands-off trim was just over 6,000 RPM. So I'm now set at 6,000 RPM, 6,100. And that seems to be fairly steady. I'll tell you what, it's going to be cold, this is. If I'm going to stay up for an hour, it's going to get cold. Yeah, so definitely 6,200 for straight level. And I've shifted over the ground as well. Got a ground speed of 60 miles an hour. So what I've noticed as well, it's definitely a bit windier. I can hear a lot more wind noise, and I can see why Ben has made a bigger screen to go on the FlyLight 9 trike. I think at some point one of those is going to go on the shopping list. What I'll probably do, I'm going to fly around for an hour. My batteries aren't going to last that long, so I'll give you a bit of music, show you some sights, and I will join you when I'm on my way back to Darlingmore Airfield, and I'll let you know how I got on. So I'll see you in a bit. Oh, just one more thing. In my microlight news video, the last one that I did, at the end of that I did an events calendar where I put a list of UK flying events that are scheduled for this year. Since I last did that list, it's grown significantly. There's lots of things planned, lots of events going on this year. So that is now 5 pages long. So if you stick around to the end of the video, I will flash that up so you can pause that, screenshot it, and then keep yourself up to date with what's going on. Right, well that's me flying around the sites of the Peak District for getting on for an hour. I'm cold, my hands are freezing. Obviously got a bit more wind chill to contend with flying this thing. So I'm on my way back to the airfield. Let's see if I can remember how to land it. See now, my GPS or Skydemon is telling me that there is a 17 mile an hour wind at this height. Now, in my Fox 13 TL, that'd mean a ground speed of about 20 miles an hour, so it'd be hard work to go anywhere. Right now my ground speed's 40 miles an hour, so one of the nice things I like about this wing is it's going to open up more opportunities to go flying when the weather is... In the Fox 13 TL I'd probably not bother, or maybe just go for a local bimble. With this wing I'm still going to be able to go places, even if there's a bit of wind, because I'm still going to be able to make progress. It flies straight. Fly straight. Hold on, Ben. Hold on, Aeros. So, my first impressions then with my brand new wing. I am like a kid on Christmas Day. It flies every bit as good, if not better, as I remember from when I flew FlyLight's 9 wing last year. I'm so glad that I finally got my own. Taken longer than I would have hoped to have flown it. Weather and then falling off a ladder and breaking ribs didn't help. That's another story. But Finally, I've got it in the air. I am planning to do some serious miles with this wing this year, and I am planning to go places with it and really stretch my legs. So if you want to join me on those adventures, then please subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon so that you get notified when I post a new video. It'd be absolutely great if you came and joined me. This thing is amazing. This thing is amazing. It climbs superbly. It descends superbly. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this wing. This year is going to be a good year. Darley Moor, traffic, Golf, Charlie Mike, Papa X-ray, flexwing, inbound from the west. 2 minutes to run, Darley Moor. Right. Let's see how it lands. Darley Moor, traffic, Golf, Charlie Mike, Papa X-ray is overhead and descending dead side for 19 Darley Moor.
Wheel turn the legs downwind.
Right, I want to set myself up for a long final, give myself plenty of time to get myself all stabilised. Darley Moor, traffic, Golf, Charlie Mike, Papa X-ray, turning final for 19 Darley Moor. Speed, I've got a ground speed 50 into it. I've probably got an airspeed of about 60 here. Sense line, I'm on it, height's looking good. God, it's squirrely. That was alright. Down in one piece. Here's Mr. Fowler. Look at this little fella here. Wow. Oh mate, every bit as good as I remembered it. That was awesome. I enjoyed that.
How long was the float?
The float? Oh, it's getting down. No, it's still going. No, it's still going. No, it's still going. I was like this.
It's got pixie dust.
Hey?
It's got pixie dust on it.
I know. Yeah. Oh, mate. Awesome.
Stupid grin.
So, having crunched the numbers, as I said in the video, for this flight the vents were fully closed, the wingtips were fitted, and I was using the rearmost of the 3 hang points on the wing, so the slowest hang point. Engine of course was the Corsair Black Bull 235cc, 33 brake horsepower, turning a 1.4 metre prop. Total engine runtime was 1 hour 8 minutes, a bit longer than I expected, but the airfield was busy, so there was a bit of a queue to get into the air, and I was in the air for a total of 53 minutes. So I got a cruise climb of 400 feet per minute at 7,000 RPM, so not a full power climb, and hands off straight and level cruise RPM was 6,200 RPM. I used a total of just over 5 litres of fuel, which I was amazed about. For 1 hour 8 minutes to use 5 litres of fuel with the NiNE wing was a pleasant surprise. And my average ground speed was 51 miles an hour. So they are ballpark figures at best, relying on GPS and stuff like that. As I get more time on the wing, those figures will become more accurate. Right, 2 more things before I go. Firstly, I said in the video that I would give you an up-to-date events list, so I'll put that up on the screen now. Feel free to pause the video and screenshot that to keep yourself up to date. And the last thing, just before I go, if you have a look at this, you will see this is how close I am. 986. This is how close I am to 1,000 subscribers. If you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to help me reach that milestone, then please click on this fella up here. And if you want to see a video of me being shown how to put the FlyLight Aeros NiNE wing together, then this video here is just for you.